Hi guys, C Hicks here and welcome back to my channel. I hope you like the new look because I sure do. Means I don't have to worry about what I'm looking like, what I have on, but I can still bring you really good content. So today I have something pretty interesting for you. I don't know if you've already seen it, but let's look at it again. There is a brand out there, I think it's called YouthForia, that is literally selling tar in a bottle. There was some conflict with their first distribution of makeup, and it was not inclusive. So they said they were going to go back to the drawing board and they were going to be more inclusive and include people like me, people of color, in their makeup. Well, they came back and they literally have a product that is just black. But don't take my word for it. Take a look at this original video.
Which side of my face is the black face paint or the YouthForia foundation? You can't tell. You know why? Tar in a bottle. This is jet black face paint, and this is the darkest shade of the YouthForia Date Night foundation. This is black face paint. This is the darkest shade of the YouthForia foundation. A few months ago, I tried the darkest shade of the YouthForia foundation. This is what it looked like on me. I'm gonna apply some of the foundation on this side of my face so you guys can see. Let's just go ahead and try to blend this out, you guys. Enough. Who is that color? I'm gonna wipe this off and let me put the paint all over my face. I'm literally just going in with the face paint. We're gonna do some painting and let me just go ahead and blend it out with the brush. This is the darkest shade of the YouthForia foundation. This is black face paint. Sometimes it's okay to say, hey, maybe my brand is not made for complexion. I'm gonna squeeze a pump of this on my forehead just right out the bottle so you guys can see that I'm literally not joking. We're gonna do a big blend of this, you guys. When we say that we want you guys to make shades for us, we don't mean to go to the lab and ask for minstrel show black. What we mean is to take the browns that you have made, create undertones, and do what you need to do in the lab so it's a darker shade of brown. This is the darkest shade, shade 600. And as you guys can see in the bottle, literally jet black. The shade right next to it, shade 590. This is what it looks like in the bottle. Here is shade 600. You guys, there could be like 10 more shades in between these two shades. In addition to that, when we go to the actual website and we look at the swatch, not only is the swatch online literally jet black, there's literally only 4 or 5 shades for people that actually have dark complexions. Not really for black people, for being honest. Not only in 2024 is this so disgusting and disrespectful, but this needs to be pulled off the shelves.
Can you believe that? I was shocked. I know that no one believes that a human being is walking around and is just black. That does not exist in the real world. Do these people really think that the darkest black person in the world is actually black in complexion? Then there were those that said that, hey, maybe this was a mixer and this was a foundation that should be fixed or mixed with a different foundation to get a different color. So yeah, they tried that too. Take a look at this.
Look at this.
Oh, perfect. Oh my God.
Isn't it great?
Chris.
I know, it's my dream.
I have goosebumps everywhere. This is out of this world.
What a birthday. I know.
Imagine saying you'd like to be a forethought in the beauty community because foundations always tend to be too dark or orange on you and you're handed this. Because that's what happened to black women this week. This Cover FX is one of the lightest foundations I own, and even this does not compare to how stark white this foundation is, and that's the point I'm trying to make. For anyone that missed it, YouthForia came out with an extended shade range, except it's not very inclusive, and the darkest color, which is 600, and it's supposed to be a black neutral, is just black pigment. It was meant to be a foundation mixer. Just buy a lighter shade of foundation, use it with the 600 shade, and mix it to get your darker shade of foundation. It was not marketed that way, and as someone who buys foundation mixers, they are very blatantly stated normally. So this is pasty pale white, known as this color, but it says Pro Foundation Mixer. This is the closest I could find to being a white foundation, and even it says foundation lightener, not only on the bottle, but on the swatches as well. Additionally, I'm going to show you how taking a literal black pigment, since that is what the YouthForia 600 shade is, and mixing it with an existing deep shade does not make a wearable shade of foundation for black women. I have the normal foundation shade swatched right here, and you can see that brown pigment, and then I have a little bit of that shade right there, and now I'm going to mix it with a black pigment, since again, that is literally what this YouthForia shade is, and now I'm going to mix it. Here's the foundation we started with. This is the black pigment I mixed into that foundation, and then here's the black pigment alone. But even when I take this and swatch it, you can just see how muddy it looks. It's just not a very flattering shade. It doesn't have a whole lot of dimension or undertone to it. It's just very, very muddy looking. On the flip side, white is much easier to incorporate and lighten into foundation shades. So here's the white, here's the shade I made over here, and here's where I started. So you can see it's quite warm, but I can still make it into a workable foundation shade that is going to match me and blend in without looking too crazy, and it's going to match just fine. Just purchase 2 foundations and mix them together to get your shade. Not only should you not have to do that, especially at this price point, you should just be able to buy a foundation and be done. But on top of that, that's not an option here because the 600 shade, which is the darkest, is literal black pigment, which as you just saw in action, it doesn't work that way. It really muddies the appearance. It doesn't give a wearable color. And on top of that, the color that's right below the 600 shade, it could have 10 shades in between it. So there's really not much to mix for darker skinned women. It just doesn't work. What exacerbates this situation even more is this brand was already called out for lack of inclusivity, and so this was supposed to be their relaunch of foundations. There were supposed to be more dark shades, and undertones were supposed to be considered and expanded upon. So for the darkest shade to be a flat black when black women are shades of brown is really just a slap in the face. Just like white women are shades of peach and not shades of stark white, more undertones should have been considered. If I were a brand looking to extend my shade range, I would partner with dark skin beauty creators and create a partnership there in addition to taking a page out of Fenty's book because their foundation launch was done beautifully. There was such inclusivity, and I hope all brands, big and small, can learn from this going forward.
Did you see that? You can't blend that. Who's gray? When you blend it, it just turns gray and muddy. So this is not a foundation that was made to be blended. And then even if it was, so then what? Someone of a darker skin complexion has to purchase one light one and one dark one just to get their color? And the price point for this particular product is like $50 for one bottle of foundation. So what? A darker complected person must spend $100 to get their right color? That's ridiculous. Now, what about this?
Which side of my face is the black face paint or the YouthForia foundation? T, you can't tell. You know why? Tar in a bottle.
So, first of all, tar in a bottle is crazy.
This is black face paint. This is the darkest shade of the YouthForia foundation. A few months ago, I tried the darkest shade.
Hold up.
So you're saying people look like
No, but I'm saying like
people have
this
skin
is
tones like that?
this is dark. No, I'm not. I mean, I don't know, right? But
So I
this
think
is
you asked why was it problematic. I'm asking you, do you think people have skin tones like that?
so okay. Let me get this right though. So this is black face paint, right?
Yes, like
and this
that.
is the YouthForia,
Foundation.
right? Okay. Again, me being a man, I have no clue. But yo, I thought it would have at least looked like some of like close to her skin. This is wild.
And
I'm gonna wipe this off and let me put the paint all over my face. I'm literally just going in with the face paint. We're gonna do some painting, and let me just go ahead and blend it out with a brush. This is the
I hope that's like non-carcinogenic. Jesus.
darkest shade of the YouthForia foundation.
What about the guy? Did he really think that human beings come in just black? Even, I don't know if you guys remember when I was younger, there were persons that we would consider to be blue-black. And they were not even just black, they were just dark skin. But they had undertones, there were colors. In the upcoming videos, you'll see. Even Even black eyeliner has more tint or more colors in it than this foundation.
Should be a crime. This is what we get when we ask to be included in the beauty industry. Because there's no way in 2024 we are getting this. They just slap it in our face saying, if you want a darkest shade, there you go. Here's the black paint for your face. This is truly a crime. We as South Sudanese, we are one of the darkest people on this planet. And if you cannot find anyone among us to match this shade, just know this is not a foundation, neither a skin tint. And this is just a big shame. I am so glad that I declined 4 months ago when they reached out to me asking if I can collaborate with them. This, it's one thing to make a mistake once, but once you make it twice, it's just a slap in the face. Have we not learned anything?
Who was that for? It seemed as though this was a shut up type of foundation. Here, you want to be included? Here's some black face paint for you. But I could be wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it differently. But do you know any just black people in the world? Even the darkest dark, as you've seen, is not black. They do not exist. But let me know what you think. Get into the comments and let me know what you think about my new look. Like, comment, and share.